This video is about Norfolk's first fort, the Half Moone Fort, that was built in 1673. But why was this fort built? The town of Norfolk was not founded until 1682, so why would we need a fort? It just didn't make a whole lot of sense, so I started investigating. I found out that the English and the Dutch Republic were involved in a trade war in 1673. This was actually the third Anglo-Dutch war that had gone on because of trade. You see, England and the Dutch were both vying for world dominance of trade. The Dutch were winning, and they had established colonies around the world, and their trade income was much higher than England's. So Charles II wanted to become the trading powerhouse of Europe and to take this away from the Dutch. On August 27th, 1664, 4 English ships sailed into what was then called New Amsterdam Harbor, and they demanded the surrender of New Amsterdam from the Dutch settlers. And they agreed without a fight, and New Amsterdam became New York. After the capture of other Dutch trading posts, the Dutch government decided to declare war on England on March 4th, 1665. In 1667, this war came to Virginia, when a Dutch fleet sailed into the Chesapeake Bay. There at the mouth of the James River, they found a fleet of 20 tobacco ships. These ships were guarded by one 46-gun frigate called the Elizabeth. After they disabled this ship, they were able to seize the tobacco ships. They burned 5 or 6 of them and then made off with the rest. These ships were fully laden with tobacco. The House of Burgesses in Jamestown reacted to this event. In 1667, they authorized the construction of 5 forts on the James, Nansemond, York, Rappahannock, and Potomac rivers. On July 31st, 1667, the Dutch and the English signed a treaty, and this second Anglo-Dutch war came to an end. But this peace was not to last long. On April 7th, 1672, once again war was declared between the English and the Dutch. Then in 1673, the Dutch once again attacked a tobacco fleet. This resulted in the Virginia legislature passing another act that would authorize the building of 2 additional forts, one in Isle of Wight County and the other in Lower Norfolk County. Lower Norfolk County in 1673 consisted of what is now Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, and Virginia Beach. The court of Lower Norfolk County agreed to pay for the construction of this fort. The court record of this court reads, "It is therefore by them ordered that it be built upon 4 Farthing Point, being a point of land belonging to the orphans of Nicholas Wise, deceased, and that the model be in the form of a half moon." And to keep the cost of this fort as low as possible, they ordered that every citizen of Lower Norfolk County would provide 2 days of free labor for this project. And they put a man named Paul Trigg in charge of building the fort. After the Half Moone Fort was completed, it was armed with long cannons, capable of firing an 18-pound shell. The Third Anglo-Dutch War ended on February 19th, 1674, when the Dutch and the English signed the Second Peace of Windsor. The Half Moone Fort never fired a shot. So I went looking for the location of the Half Moone Fort. My first clue was the Half Moon Cruise and Celebration Center. I figured the fort had to be nearby. I knew the Half Moon Cruise and Celebration Center was named after the fort, so I decided to take a walk around the waterfront to see if I could find the fort. I'm standing here by the Half Moone Fort historical marker. And if you didn't know where it was, you'd have a hard time finding this thing. It's back here by the water next to the Half Moon Cruise Terminal. And this marker commemorates Norfolk's first defensive fort. It is clear that nothing of the Half Moon Fort remains in downtown Norfolk. But next time you're there, stop by Town Point Park. Walk towards the cruise center and know that you're standing on the site of Norfolk's original fort, the Half Moon Fort.